All right, this is the watch this video for Wednesday, May 10th. The SPY still kind of hanging out right below all-time highs. IWM just puttering along here near all-time highs, sitting really at the 20-day after a pullback. Let's go into the watch list for tomorrow. CLNT, if you watched the video last night, you knew that I was going to be watching this for a potential gap play today. And we had a pretty darn nice call on that one today. I'll just show you real quick 5-minute candles. I called this long at the first, you can see in the opening 5 minutes. I'll show you what it looked like as it was unfolding. Crazy candle, right? I didn't touch this thing. I didn't call it until 470 on the next candle. When it came up to in the 460s, I said I liked it at 470, and we got a huge move to 7. I had a very nice trade in it, but I probably left the equivalent of a car on the table because these low floaters have been getting slapped down. Shorts have been winning these battles lately, and so I was pretty quick to take profit. So I didn't handle the trade very well, but still made a nice chunk of money. Got my daily goal between that and a couple other trades this morning, but that was huge, just huge. So now it gave back a lot of it, and I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow, but we're going to watch it for the next week going forward because we might get another nice trade out of it. VRX, really nice breakout today on 125 million shares, massive volume. This could be, a nice trend reversal here. Really beating up stock, and this kind of volume is going to catch some attention. So I definitely want to watch that for a follow-through day tomorrow. SMSI had this nice rally from whatever it was, 80 cents to $1.40. Chopped around today, even bigger volume than the initial pop. Definitely want to watch that for a red to green, something like that tomorrow. SEE might be oversold and may give us one of our bounce play setups tomorrow. So I try to put one of those on watch every night. INPX, inside day on lower volume after that crazy move from 2 to 461. It's going to be interesting tomorrow. Sometimes you get a third day play where it rips again, and sometimes you don't get a setup at all. So it doesn't cost me anything to have it on a chart, so I will. WKHS put in another red day today after a really nice 2-day move. 2-day pullback on lower volume, goes on bounce watch. PIRS, no trades in it today, just goes back on bounce watch. It's still kind of coiling. It may break to the downside too, but watching it for a potential bounce tomorrow. Fitbit is really just kind of in a range. You had a nice pop, then a quiet day, nice secondary pop, a quiet day, goes back on watch tomorrow. No trades in it today. ESES, after the gap up. Now we're getting pretty close to a round trip, which makes me like it less, but it did have good news. They got this gap up here about a week ago. So going to 15-minute candles. You can see that this has not, here's the gap up day. The next day put in its high for the day in the opening 30 minutes. These are 15-minute candles, so the second candle in. Put in its high for the day the next day, right at the open. Next day, right at the open. And today, right at the open. Seems to have found support at $1.20. So, and a nice little end of day pop. Not that it doesn't mean that much, but maybe it's found support is the thinking here. And watching it for a turn back up tomorrow. Pandora. The selling may be overdone, although it already had a decent bounce intraday, the letter P. I think it's overdone, so we're going to watch it for a potential bounce tomorrow, only with a proper intraday setup. And then lastly, I have OPTT, which was on the watch list for today. And today it put in an inside day, inside of yesterday's candles. So this is a pretty good setup. Today's high, 159. So I'd say 160 breaks today's high, 163 goes up into the gap. So you have you have one catalyst right above the high of above 160, which breaks today's high. So anyway, we call that stacked catalyst, and this one might just break out to the upside tomorrow. It's certainly worth watching. I'm going to leave it at that. We'll also scan for gappers in the morning. Have a great night. We'll see everybody tomorrow.